If you know me or if you've been on this channel for even like a millisecond, you will know that I am a huge fan and a big proponent of physical assets, things that you can touch, things that you can control and you have full liberty over, right? Well, maybe not full because, you know, tax laws, property taxes or whatever. But the point is, in this video, I want to talk about another property that I mentioned in my last video, which if you have not seen, click up here. You can watch it after or before. The road is yours. But I want to talk about that second property, and I want to give you guys kind of some background on what's going on, my experience with construction, and different things like that. So stick around for all that and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, welcome back. I am here to teach you all things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. Please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. We talk about everything from personal finance to investing to the economy. Let's get into it. First, let me preface this by saying while I am in Belize, all these things are still going to apply no matter where you are in the world. This is like my first time real estate experience, so I definitely wanted to document that and show you guys. It's going to be a long process. It's long in general, but then you add Caribbean time on top of that, maybe forget about it. But let me talk about some things. I'm going to give you guys a tour of the house. Please keep in mind this is a different country. It is Belize. Also keep in mind that when I showed up to the spot, you know, things were looking different than when we first got it. So I'm going to walk you guys through all of that when I do the tour. But let me talk about a couple of different things before I get to that. So regarding the other house, which again is in that video that I linked above, that house did not really require a whole bunch of work. We redid the bathroom. That was like the biggest thing, and even that took just so long. It was supposed to take a week, but then you add hurricanes to the mix, you add confusion, Caribbean time. It took a little bit longer than a week, but that's fine. That's, I think most times you have construction, things kind of get delayed. It is what it is. But that house for the most part was in pretty good shape, right? This house is going to require a lot more love. We actually want to do the whole thing over because we want to kind of attract the international money, right? The other house is for long-term rental. With long-term rental, you will typically make less money than short-term rentals, but it's also less work, right? Because you're not having to change sheets. You're not going to have to talk to new people every 2 or 3 days or a week or what have you. So you get compensated for all that extra work you do. But sometimes you might end up at the same, right? Depending on how expensive services are, like how expensive it is to like do your laundry or to hire somebody to clean the house. Like it's a lot more that goes into it, but you can charge a lot more per night, right? So that house, the other house, which we still have yet to put on the market because I'm recording this a couple days after I got back, so it's not on the market yet, but that should be going for $1,500 Belize, which is $750 US, which honestly, can somebody please give me that kind of rent right now? But the return will be great because we put very little improvements into the house and the house was already paid for. So that'll be a pretty good return. As far as the construction, Belize, it's actually really cheap for labor here. Believe it or not, the minimum wage in Belize is $3.30, okay? In Belize money. So that is $1.15 US. Uneffing real. The point is labor is cheap and the materials are a little bit more expensive, but it still would probably make a lot of sense to just buy land and build here versus just trying to do renovations because you can get it from the ground up, and because labor is so cheap, you save a lot there, whereas in America, labor is just highway robbery. Another thing that was really nice about the people that we worked with is that they were just honest people. A lot of times you'll have construction companies or like general contractors or subcontractors that they'll ask you for money up front, they'll go missing, they take your money, they give you a really half-ass, piss poor quality job. But the people that we worked with, they were so great. They did not ask for any money until the work was done. Because if you think about it, when you're doing construction, if they're doing a renovation, it doesn't cost any money to do demo, right? Like, I shouldn't have to give you any upfront money when all you're doing is breaking down walls and knocking things on the floor. In fact, you should pay me because that's therapeutic. But definitely going forward, it's going to be something when I start doing investments in America too. We want to have a full kind of thought out payment process, right? I'm not going to be paying you the whole money or even half the money when not half the work is even done yet, right? So I really appreciate that they did that because that's what I wanted to go in and do anyway. But it just so happened that we picked a group of people who were already on that same wave and they knew not to charge too much until the work was actually done. done. So I really appreciated that. And if you guys are looking into doing construction, I would suggest you do the same thing. You don't want to pay too much money, because worst case, maybe you lose a couple $100s, but it would really suck to put in like half of the cost and then you're out of half the money. Somebody asked me in my comments if you had to be a citizen, and no, you do not. Actually, it might kind of work the opposite way. So like if you wanted to become a citizen of Belize, you can actually do so by owning the property first. So if you own, and I forget what the number is, but let's say you own like $150,000 worth of property there, then that would make you eligible to actually apply for citizenship. So you do not have to be a citizen at all, okay? I mean, money is green, honey. Just bring that money in and you can own yourself a piece of property. The land is very, very cheap. We've actually, in my family, they've just bought land and just sat on it, right? Because it just makes sense. Like, it was dirt cheap, maybe like $5,000 US for 10 acres back in the day that we have that land. And it's just nice because you could just build on it in the future. Okay, now I want to do a walkthrough of the property. Like I said, keep in mind a couple of things here. Number one, we didn't know that somebody was living in both units. That was kind of like okay, it's a little bit of a surprise when we reached to the spots. So keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that the condition is it needs work, okay? It is not going to be HGTV. You're not getting none of that right now. Maybe next year. But for right now, we're getting very much so diamond in the rough. See the vision. Look a little bit harder. You're going to see it, I promise. So let's roll the clip. All right, this is it. Right here in this little shop. They used to have a little shop, but we're not going to keep that. But this is it. We're going to go ahead and knock this down and change it up. I'm going to have a floor plan that I'll show you guys in a different video. Now I'm going to have to do a voiceover because, as you guys can clearly hear, there was a whole bunch of dogs in the front yard, which we didn't know about, like I said. And I'll get into why I didn't know that a little bit later on in the video. But this is basically leading into the backyard. They were supposed to chop the yard, which they hadn't done, so I didn't even want to walk back there. Honestly, that grass looks like it hadn't been cut in ages. I'm sure there was a whole family of something in that grass. So I'll kind of give you a better shot of the backyard once we get to the upstairs unit. But that's it over there. In Belize, you cannot leave property vacant because they will rob it. I mean, in certain areas, okay? So we actually experienced that before. So we wanted to have somebody in the property, but they like moved in a whole family of people, which is why I said I didn't realize people were going to be in both units, because we only originally thought someone was staying in one of the units. So this is the bottom floor. It is going to be a little bit dark. Like I said, I didn't want to be so intrusive, but when you open it up, you have the like living room and a little peekaboo window to the kitchen. The kitchen is actually bigger than everything in the house. So we're going to, of course, like I said, we're doing everything over. The bottom of the house is cement, so we'll probably keep the actual walls, and we'll kind of break down the top floor. The lighting in the bathroom was a little bit suspect, but you get an idea of what's going on. I believe both units are about 800 square feet. So the bathroom is a pretty nice size. We would definitely keep it that size. Like I said, I have the floor plans that I'll go over with you guys. It might be in a different video because this video is already getting a little bit too long. So the bottom floor has 2 bedrooms, and I'll show you them in a second, but this is a kitchen, like I said, really, really unnecessarily large. I mean, it takes up the whole house. That's a back door entrance. So we'll do the cupboards over. Like, everything you see here will not be here. It's going to be a pretty big project, which is why I said this will be going well into 2021. We hope to be done by the end of the year. And then I'll show you guys everything that's going on. I don't know how long it's going to take. Like I said, we only did the bathroom last time and it took a lifetime. So I can only imagine how much longer this will actually take. All right, so now we're heading upstairs. I actually forgot to record the bedrooms, but it was 2 bedrooms downstairs, and there's actually 4 bedrooms up here. So of course we're gonna, I don't have to say this again, but we're gonna be changing the stairs because you see there's a couple of things missing. These houses, you know, aren't built in the best quality. Up here is made out of board. So you'll see the bottom is cement, the top is like a board house. And this is the living room. So considerably smaller because they do have extra rooms.
That was the bathroom, a nice, decent sized bathroom. And like I said, these kitchens, for whatever reason, just take over the whole house. So this is the kitchen for the upstairs unit, also very big. And then I can give you guys a better shot of the backyard now that we're in the top floor. Like I said, I did not want to go in that grass. So as you can see, another dog. And here is the backyard. It's in desperate need of being chopped. I'm actually going to put a picture in so you guys can see what I was talking about. It was not looking like this. I actually found a video, but it was recorded on a phone, so it's a little bit smaller. But as you guys can see, this is a better shot of the backyard when we're actually back there. So it's a pretty nice, spacious backyard. We're going to definitely do a nice little entertainment something back here. There's also enough space to expand the house if we wanted to, which is not what we originally planned. And this is the gate that I didn't want to go through, so you can get a better idea of how it would look when it was actually, well cut and kept. We'll absolutely be doing these stairs over. Not really sure what we're gonna do as far as the color of the house. I originally wanted like white and black, but not that's not really like much of a Caribbean vibe. So I'll get back to you guys on that one. But all right, back to the original video. Just another quick shot of the backyard and the pit bull, I think. Back in the house, again, this is the kitchen. We're going to make it a little bit smaller so we can put an extra bathroom in here because as it stands, there's only one bathroom. Both units are only going to have two bedrooms and one bathroom. Or I mean, two bedrooms and two bathrooms, excuse me. So we're going to kind of rework the floor plan. She's pointing to another room, which was really, really dark. I did try to go in there anyways. However, you're not really going to see much. This is a clip of the room that I was trying to go in, but it was too dark. So you can see it here. It's an okay size, not too big. There's another one on the other side of this. So we're going to kind of combine that and make it one regular sized room. This is a shot of another bedroom. Again, up top has 4 bedrooms. They're all pretty kind of cramped. And then this is the only bathroom. Or, hold on a second, just kidding. This is the only bathroom once we open the door, which was a pretty decent size. And then you'll go to the other side where there is another bedroom. I figured you guys might appreciate at least, you know, some type of floor plan. So I'll give you a little sneak peek. So if you guys remember, we walked through the veranda. So this is the front entrance. So we'll go up the stairs. This is the second level. It says first floor, but the first floor is actually the ground floor. So they consider this the first floor. At any rate, you walk in through here. This was originally just a living room, but we're going to squeeze a bathroom right here off to the side and have a smaller living room. And as you can see, a smaller kitchen because the kitchen originally came out all the way to this master bathroom that we have here. So we're cutting the kitchen up a little bit smaller and then leaving space for a master bathroom. Then we'll have 2 bedrooms, a master bedroom and a regular bedroom here. And that'll be it. It'll be the same thing as the bottom level as well. Then they'll also have a little bit of a patio going up to the top floor because we're going to also have some entertainment above this floor.
So the quality wasn't exactly what I wanted just because I didn't realize people were going to be living in there, and I felt a bit intrusive. It's crazy because it is our property, but it's like I still felt intrusive coming in there with my camera. And if you see my camera setup, it's like I have the fuzzy little mic on top. Like I came in there like I was ready for TV production. So when I found that there was people in there, I was just like, oh my God, I don't really want to infringe on their privacy like that. So I got what I could get, but you at least get an idea of what it's looking like. We want to have 2 separate units. We're not sure exactly how we're going to treat them yet because as you guys know, it's a pandemic. The tourism in Belize is pretty much non-existent. Like I showed you guys in that previous video where I was in Belize, we went to Cashapp, which is a very nice, my favorite island in the whole entire world, seriously. And on the boat, there was like nothing but locals, okay? And that's normally, it's never like that. Normally, it's nothing but tourists on those boats. So it's really, they're down bad right now. So if you guys are not afraid to go, on vacation, definitely go to Belize. Please, you will love it. And you can ask me for recommendations because I got you. But you know, depending on when this project is actually done, it might make sense to just do long-term rentals for right now until we can, you know, see how the market is doing and if it has more of a appetite for short-term rentals. Additionally, Airbnb has also been having problems. There's other platforms, so maybe we'll do like Verbo or HomeAway. There's different platforms, so I wouldn't restrict myself to just, you know, Airbnb, because it seems that they're really out to get the host. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm in a couple of Airbnb groups on Facebook, and yeah, I don't know. So we'll just see what's going on. But like I said, I really like the idea of having physical assets because you have that option to make those choices, right? If I were to invest in a real estate investment trust or into a stock for a company, I can't make those decisions, right? I'm not the one really putting my heart and soul into the business and into the company and seeing what makes the most sense, right? Like, so now this really forces me to become more aware of the market. What is rent going for? Would it make more sense to have an Airbnb? And these things kind of build your business acumen, which I think is extremely important, because in this day and age, income is not moving. It's moving at a very glacial pace. I haven't showed this in a long time, but you can see right here, income went up about $4,000 in decades, okay? Plural. So you have to be innovative these days. You have to kind of make your own for yourself, whether it's your own business or it's real estate or it's something that you have control over. So this really helps kind of build that business acumen and has you thinking about life from a macro perspective, because it's like a lot of times you're kind of stuck in your own ways. You want to earn more money at your job, and that's all what you're thinking about. But when you have assets that you have to control, it's bigger than that, right? It's what's going on in the economy. How can I make more money? Like, does this make sense? Like, should I do a different business venture, right? Maybe residential doesn't make sense. Should I do something commercial? So it gets me excited. I don't know. I absolutely love it. And I think it's a great way to just kind of build an independence, right? Have your own income and make choices in your life that you wouldn't be able to make if you are working a 9-to-5 where they tell you what they need you to do. And if they don't like you, it's later for you, right? This is definitely, to me, just my preferred way of building wealth, because it's something that I can put every single piece of my life into and I will get that back. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will definitely do a part 2, 3, 5 to this if you guys want. I will be taking you out throughout the journey, so please make sure you are subscribed, because I will keep this content coming. But that will do it. If you like this video, then please like this video and share it with your friends so we can all be real estate investors together. And if you have nothing else going on, you know what to do. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.